Hello students, welcome back to this computer class. I am going to start the rest of the topics from your page, that is 143 of networks chapter. So I am here on this topic, that various terms related to internet. So first of all, what is internet? See, internet, that means it is a network. So interrelated computers throughout the world, that is worldwide, a collection of networks, underline this, collection of networks that connect millions of business computers or government agencies or any educational institutions like school, colleges, campuses, any computing devices which are there, and if it is connected world wide web via internet, so it is using the internet connections. Okay, and from where we get internet connections? From ISPs, that is internet service providers, that is the companies which are providing us on monthly basis or yearly basis. We are buying the packs of internet that we require, this much of GB, this much of MB. So these type of companies are known as internet service providers, from where we are getting our internet services. So next is intranet. Now intranet means within the building or within the company. So any network that is purchased by any company for its employees, that is known as intranet. So underline it. An intranet is an internal network that uses internet technologies, but it allows companies' employees' information and resources to be shared among them. That means intranets are specifically for companies that have offices in multiple locations and they want to share their resources among them. Suppose I made a project and I am the employee of that company and I want to share that particular project with my other employee that is doing work in America. So I can do with the help of intranet if my company is having it. So if company is having it, particularly those employees can use that intranet within the company only. So it is more safe as it has web browser or web server support for particular employees of that companies, and every employee will have the login ID, password, only then it will be used. Otherwise other persons cannot use the intranet of that company. But internet is free for public, anybody can use that internet. So intranet has a web server that supports web pages containing multimedia, and these are accessible via web browser. Web browser means where we can search for the resources, like with the help of Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, etc. These are known as intranet browsers or internet browsers, where we are browsing the networks. So we are here on this topic, IP addresses and DNS. Again, two full forms to be written in your notebook. IP addresses means IP is a short form of internet protocol. इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल मीन्स एक रूल, एक एड्रेस हमारे लिए सेट किया जाता है ताकि पता चले किस स्पेसिफिक डेस्टिनेशन से आ रहा है और कहाँ पे डेटा को सेंड करना है. सो एवरी कंप्यूटिंग डिवाइस, एवरी साइट, every computer or every mobile is having internet protocol address. So it is an addressing system which is short form of internet protocol address, जो एक sequence of numbers है हर एक कंप्यूटर के लिए, ताकि लोकेशन पता चल सके कि वो कहाँ से डेटा आ रहा है. एक sequence of numbers है, sequence of number, and it is separated with the help of dot, that is known as period operator. Okay, so it is just an example of IP address, and the number varies in this address are from 0 to 255. इसके अलावा और कोई नंबर यूज नहीं होगा, सिर्फ 0 से लेके 255 के बीच में एड्रेसेस बनते हैं इन्हीं नंबर्स को यूज करके, एंड that are separated by dot operators or period operators. So generally first part of the IP address identifies the network, और लास्ट पोर्शन इतना जो फर्स्ट टू हैं ये हमारे कोई नेटवर्क को स्पेसिफाई करता है, और जो लास्ट टू नंबर्स होते हैं वो स्पेसिफाई करते हैं उस कंप्यूटर की स्पेसिफिकेशंस को. ओके सो बट हमारे लिए ये नंबर्स को याद रखना बहुत मुश्किल है. इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रिमेंबर दीज नंबर्स. सपोज आई वॉन्ट टू टाइप www.google.com. ये तो मेरे लिए ईजी है इंग्लिश में नेम याद रखना, बट किसी का नेम नंबर में याद रखना इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट. So that is why we have this domain name system. DNS, domain name system, is a naming system which help us to translate IP addresses into names, ताकि हम easily उन sites के addresses याद रख सकें. See this example. It is on page number 143 at last point. See, IP address of the Google is this. It is just an example, right? लेकिन हम लोग टाइप करते हैं ये चीज़ ताकि हमारे लिए ईजी हो जाए. सो वी विल नॉट रिमेंबर दिस थिंग बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट एवरी टाइम टाइपिंग नंबर्स. एंड हो सकता है हम किस टाइम भूल भी जाएं क्या नंबर टाइप है, या डॉट लगाना भूल जाएं, अगेन वी हैव टू टाइप इट. सो दीज थिंग can create problems for us to reminding numbers. Okay, so but these words are very easy to remember. That is why domain name system translates all the domain names for the IPs, so that request can be routed to correct example, correct computers. Next page 144. That is very easy for you people because we have done HTML language in 7th standard. Everyone knows that what is the use of HTML page or HTML language. In that language we used to create web pages. Web pages means any internet pages. Web pages, look at this part, web pages. Web page means, as the name is suggesting you, it is a page but it is on web. That means a page on the internet is known as web page. That particular page can contains any information that is in text form, image form, sound can be, it can be video also. As you are searching anything on Google, you are seeing on web pages, in the form of web pages. If you are watching videos on YouTube, you are watching web pages. That means a video is on embedded into a web page. If you are seeing any image on the web page, so that is a, but that can be the one of the information on the web page. So web page means a page consisting of the information. Information can be any text, image, sound or video, but it should be on the internet. That is why it is called web page. So internet is consisting billions of pages covering almost every topic. Next is website. Now website means it is a site where we can search particular web pages related to some topics, related to same topic. Suppose your school is having website www.sjb school or www.sjbcampuscare.in. It is one of the website where we can search for the information related to your school. Any company, any organization, any hospital, any individual can make websites, and some websites are free and few require your password or paid subscription. Like you are using Facebook these days, you are having your login ID and password for that, and some sites are paid. To access their content we need to have paid subscription. We have to pay some amount, yearly basis or monthly basis. For that particular of time we can access their content. Next topic is web portal. Now what is web portal? Portal means it is a specially designed site or an app for the convenience of the users. See, I can give you example. These days you are using Paytm, then Google Pay is there, Bheem app is there, so many applications are there for you. That is known as web portal. Why? Because where all the services we will be getting in one particular app or one particular website, from where we can pay our electricity bills, from where we can pay our credit card bills or mobile bills, we can pay our DTH, or that is the cable connection bills, or we can search for news, sports, weather. So such sites where we can shopping, we can do shopping or products online purchasing. all the applications are collected together in one application or in one website is known as web portal. You can give any example, Paytm, Google Pay, in these things are known as web portals. Next is your modem. Next topic is modem. Now what is modem? Modem is having two words in it, modulator, MOD, and DEM is demodulator. See, look at this picture. This is showing you two types of modem. One is external device and one is internal. This you have must have seen near your PC or where your Wi-Fi is fitted, right? Because it is a communication device from which data is traveling to our PCs, to our mobiles. It is the device which is converting analog signals to digital and digital signals back to analog. So it is a device which is giving the signals to our computers and from our computers to some other computers over an telephone line. So these are two types of model. One is external and one is internal, which is fitted inside the motherboard. So there are two types of modem. So external modem is a small box that uses cables, that is connected with the wires, and it is connected to the back of the computer. And internal modem is usually in the form of adapter card that you can insert in the expansion slot on a computer motherboard. Next is URL. Next again, it is a full form to be written in your notebook. URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator. Now it is having three words, Uniform Resource Locator. First of all, this URL means it is a site address. It is again known as site address, and you all know that it is uniform throughout the world. Whether I am sitting in India or America or Australia, I have to type the same URL from my computer if I want to search for that site. Suppose I am finding anything on Google. So either I am sitting in any part of the world, I have to type www.google.com. So it is uniform throughout the world, and it is giving us uniform results throughout the world, same results everywhere with the help of Google. Okay, and resource means we can find these resources, that means any information which are finding on that site, it is helping us to search for the resources. And locator means it helps us to locate that site or to locate that resources. That is why it is known as Uniform Resource Locator. Any site address can be the example for this. Either you are writing www.facebook.com, www.pmppublishers.in, yahoo.com, google.com, any site address you will give the example. Listen students, it is very careful to that write examples for everything. Now you are in 8th standard. Form your own sentences for the answers that have the same content but in your words, and along with that you have to write examples if there is any. Okay, like URL is having examples, you can write any example. So in this way you can attempt the questions, right? Next is link. Now link means a connection. As the picture is telling you, it is a connection between two. So link means it is a cross reference to another page. I'll give you example. Whenever you are searching any information on Google, you are writing a word and it is giving you the links. So it is the links are very active. Your mouse pointer goes there and they become active, they become of different color. That is why it is also known as hyperlink, because it is always remain in hyper state, because if somebody will click it, it will open another page or it will open another website connected to it. So a link is a kind of cross reference which opens the other page when we are clicking on it. So a link can be of icon, image or text. This you have already done it 7th when we were making website website links with an anchor tag. A tag was there. So with the help of that you made links. So a link is known as hyperlink also, which can be the connection for another page or another website. Next topic is internet service provider. I told you internet service provider, again full form to be written, underline this part. Internet service provider is a company that provide access to the internet for a monthly fee. We will buy the pack and we will search for the internet and we can access the services of the internet from that company. Suppose I am buying an Idea network or Airtel network. I'll buy for a month. Suppose I need 10 GB, so they will say that 159 rupees pack is available for you, and like this any monthly pack is there and you can take the services. You will sign up for an account and that particular ISP is giving you the network access. So you can write any example: Tata Indicom, MTNL, BSNL, Airtel, Idea, Hathway, DN, any company name you can write. If your mobile is having internet, you are listening to my video, that means you are using internet of some company. That company is known as internet service provider. So you must have to write the example for it. Next 3 pictures are shown to you: hub, switch and router. These all are the boxes which are the center locations where the cables or the networks meet, with the help of which we can route the network traffic to the correct destination. Suppose I am sending this video message to you people. So I am following any internet company service, and with the help of their hubs and routers we are finding the good network, and I am sending you the data from my PC to your PCs, right, or from my mobile to your mobiles. So these are the boxes. First is hub. Look at this picture on the right side. A hub offers, underline this part, a hub offers a center location where all the cables on a network meet. Cables means all the wires are connected. So these kind of hubs can be used in primary method of connecting computers, like in LAN network, local area network, right? So it allows us to connect multiple computers to a single network. Then is switch. It is better than the hub. That is, it is a device that provides the central location for cables in a network, and it receives data from many directions and then forward it to one or more directions. Again, this is a better quality than hubs. That is why it is now in demand. Switches. Next is router. Now, as the name suggesting you, router, it will route the data to a correct destination. So the process of transmitting data to the correct destination on a network is called routing. Underline this part also. Routing is there in 3rd line. So a router is a device and routing is the process of transmitting data to the correct destination. Correct destination means, suppose मेरे कंप्यूटर से आपके कंप्यूटर्स पे डेटा जाना है, या मेरे मोबाइल से आपके मोबाइल्स पे डेटा जाना है, तो आपके मोबाइल्स मेरी करेक्ट डेस्टिनेशन है जहाँ तक मेरा डेटा सक्सेसफुली पहुँचना चाहिए. सो इट इज़ विद द हेल्प ऑफ रूटिंग. So router acts as a junction between 2 or more networks. With this, in this way, it can help us to transmit data. Next is gateway. Now, what is gateway? Gateway is a network device that translates data from one type of a network into another. Suppose you are in roaming, so it allows different types of networks to exchange information. हमें मैसेज आ जाता है, you are in हिमाचल प्रदेश, you are getting this company's data, you are on roaming. So in this way, gateway help us from one networks to another, because हमारे जो networks हैं उनको different areas में different towers के अंदर डिवाइड किया गया है. सो ये गेटवेज, रूटर्स हमारी हेल्प करते हैं टू ट्रांसलेट इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम वन डेस्टिनेशन नेटवर्क टू अनदर. नेक्स्ट इज बैंडविड्थ. नाउ बैंडविड्थ इज अ लिमिट ऑफ ट्रांसमिटिंग द डेटा. जैसे आप कंपनी से परचेज करते हो मंथली पैक, तो आपको कंपनी बोलती है यू आर having 10 GB data or for 1 GB daily you are having, right? So ये 1 GB, MB, KBs, GBs, ये सारे आपको bandwidth provide कर रहे हैं कि कितना amount of data you can travel over the communication channel. So it is a measure कि how much data you are getting from the server and how much you are consuming daily basis or monthly basis. suppose I'll give you example. Suppose I am sending you this video, and this video is of, let's suppose, 20 KB. Okay, itni hai nahi वैसे, we are having much heavy file, so let's suppose it is of 20 KB and I am sending it to 20 people. So that means my bandwidth what I am using is 20 into, if I am sending it to 20 people, so 20 into 20 comes out to be 400 KB. So 400 KB I have used with the transmitting of this video message. So in this way we will be calculating the bandwidth. Okay, see, it is given one of the example here also. If you have page that is of 20 KB and you are sending it to 10 people, that means your bandwidth is 20 into 10, 200 KB you have used for that page. Suppose I am sending you any image of 20 KB, so it comes out to be 200 KB. So it is in megabytes or gigabytes per month. As I have told you, megabytes means MB and gigabytes means GB. Next, in the last page, that is definition of protocol. On the first page I told you protocol means it is a set of rules for the successful communication. That is how two devices communicate on the internet. So first is HTTP. This page is telling you famous protocols that are used in daily lives, right? So first is this page. One more thing I want to tell you, this page is carrying around 5 full forms, and that to be written in your notebook properly. And listen to me carefully now. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a set of rules that defines how pages transfer on internet and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. That means ये प्रोटोकॉल हमें हेल्प करता है हमारे पेजेस कैसे ट्रांसफ़र हो रहे हैं. हमारे पेजेस मतलब हम जो वेब पेजेस बनाते हैं वो कोई व्यू कैसे कर रहा है, कोई किसी का हम पेज कैसे व्यू कर रहे हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ वेबसाइट्स. विद द हेल्प, आई होप यू मस्ट हैव सीन दिस साइन on every web page, either this sign or it is written HTTPS. That's HTTPS means Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secured. अगर S लगा है तो that is used by some financial companies or some medical companies. Otherwise all the websites are using HTTP only. So this is for web addresses. Next is FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol. So file transfer protocol means a name is suggesting us file transfer. That means कुछ अगर file transfer करनी है हमें. So file transfer can be in two ways. Uploading, underline it. Uploading is the process of transferring files from your computer to a server, and downloading means it is a process of transferring files from the server to your computer. Now I am telling you, uploading, if you want to upload some image or you are sending to me or you are uploading any image to Facebook, that is, it is from your computer to that server, to that particular site, uploading. And if you are downloading something, suppose I am sending you this video or I am sending you any PDF, so you are downloading that. So downloading means a process of transferring from others' computer to your computer. So this is what file transfer protocol does. Next is transmission control protocol. Now as the name suggesting us, that is, it is for transmission. It is controlling the transmission part. That is how data is traveling. So data is traveling in the form of packets. Underline it. Packets are the small chunks which are broken by the internet while sending the information from one computer to another. I hope you people have seen that if you are uploading any video or you are downloading any video, what it does is it broken the parts of that video, and slowly it is uploading, and slowly it is downloaded. So it is in the form of packets of data. कुछ पैकेट और हर एक पैकेट के साथ सेंडर और रिसीवर की इंफॉर्मेशन दी जाती है कि कहाँ से आ रहा है और कहाँ पे इसको पहुँचना है. फिर जाके पैकेट सारे ज्वाइन हो जाते हैं एंड यू कैन सी दैट वीडियो. So in the form of broken parts, it is downloaded and it is uploaded on the server. This is how transmission control protocol is helping us, and oblique internet protocol. Next is, now we have left with 3 protocols, that is, first is POP3, next is IMAP, and last is SMTP. Now all these 3 protocols are used for mails, emails, right? But what is the difference between these 3? This POP and IMAP, these 2 are for receiving, and the SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, this is for sending emails. So POP3 and IMAP में अब difference क्या है? If both are for receiving emails, what should we use, and why this thing is preferred, IMAP? What is the difference between these two? See, POP3 means it is an email protocol that store email messages on the mail server, but once the user will view that message, it will delete that particular message from the mail server. Now I'll give you example so then you can better understand this part. See, if a company is using POP3 for receiving of messages and user is receiving some message, suppose I am sending you this video through email and that particular company is using POP3. So if you will see that video once from your laptop or from your mobile, जैसे ही आपने एक बार देख लिया, it will get deleted from that server. वो आपकी email से delete हो जाएगी कि आपने view कर लिया, आपने download कर लिया. अगर आपने नहीं download किया होगा, you will not get the email again. Okay, ये drawback है POP3 का. But the next is IMAP protocol. IMAP is Internet Message Access Protocol. ये हमें क्या हेल्प करता है? अगर हमने एक बार मैसेज रीड कर लिया है या डाउनलोड कर लिया है, इवन देन ये वहीं का वहीं है सर्वर में. It will not get deleted after we have viewed it, right? So we can access it again and again from any part of the world. We can see that email again and again. But POP3 में it will get deleted if once we have downloaded it or we have seen it. Okay, this is the difference between two that email protocols. And the last one is SMTP. It is an email protocol for sending email messages across the net. So it is just a protocol full form you need to learn, and you need to learn this first line, underline it, that SMTP is an email protocol for sending email messages across the internet. So this is the most popular software, that is SMTP, and it is for sending emails, and POP3, IMAP are for receiving the emails. That's it for this chapter, and I have already sent you this PDF related to the answers of this question, this chapter networks. So do it carefully, and I am again repeating that around 20 to 24 full forms we have done, www, https, these are the extra ones. So all the full forms to be written in your notebook, because direct question of the full forms will be coming from this chapter. Okay, so best of luck till then for next video. Bye bye.